Guys, and tell you about what's happening behind the scenes here. So if you've never been to the studio, we do like this massive ministry outreach literally on a small budget with a very dedicated small group of people. This is the set, and from here we decided that the great battle that is happening right now in our generation is the battle. You can hear it in the news. You hear it in the sound bites. You hear it on social media. It's the battle of public persuasion. From these sets, we're able to do news. By the way, we've just started a program that's going to every household in Israel. So we actually have a Middle East portion that is touching the Middle East and covering the current events prophetically that are happening. We believe God's going to be moving in Israel in a very unique way in our lifetime. Over here, we do the podcast, and thanks to you guys, we're up to like 250,000 or 300,000 downloads a month. Seems like a lot, but that just puts us like floating around like in the 40 or 50 zone of podcasts on the news. We want to push that thing all the way to 1 million downloads a month. Then we're starting to get teeth in the battle of big ideas. But the machinery is all done here in a studio that's debt-free, so I don't like debt. So we just saved and worked until we could get in and start to focus on the real action, which is messaging and movement. Because the left has all the networks. They've got the NBCs, the CBS, the ABC, they've got CNN, then they got the print media, the New York Times, they got the universities, Harvard, Princeton, Yale, Stanford. How are we ever gonna, will we ever be able to reverse this? Honestly, unless we actually have like a slingshot. Bam! We need to have an anointing to hit the forehead. This is where that happens right here. And our team comes in. Actually, Walter, say hi.
Hey.
But these guys actually come in just for the shoots. We can't afford right now to have a full-time team, so we just bring them in. Scott is with me through thick and thin, and then he leaves. Because we've really got a part-time team in all this. The challenge we have on Giving Tuesday is that this kind of aspect of what we do, this is the media part, apart from the ministry, apart from the on-the-road aspect, apart from whether it's doing meetings in like D.C. or in Guatemala or Brazil, because I'm involved with the cultural front lines of the Seven Mountain Battle, literally all over the place. When I was last in Taiwan, I met with the core Seven Mountain leadership that is holding the nation up against China. So we do a lot, but we're not doing nearly what we can do. And that's the reason why I wanted to talk to you now, because we need your help. On Giving Tuesday, when you think about seed that you sow into different kinds of soil, remember, this is one area where the front lines battle for the Seven Mountains. From government to media to education to the local church, this is really where that happens. And we're going to be seeing a lot more coming out of this in the days that are ahead. I think we're reaching like around, I don't know, like our reach is like 20 million. Our hold is a couple of million. But you know, it only takes about 2 or 3% of a population to shift a nation. And that's our goal. We just want to keep moving until we hit that tipping point. And I know you're with me in this. You know what? There's an anointing that comes on you when you partner with the activity of God. It's a spiritual thing. It's a supernatural connection. I practice it myself. Annabelle does that. We look for where there's anointing, and we sow into that anointing, because we know that from that anointing we reap a divine connection that accelerates what is in our life. When I traveled with Kim Clement for years, I had it in my heart to do something like this, but I wanted to be like his ministry. Well, how many of you know? You sow into the Spirit, and you know the gift God gives you? He brings back to you the acceleration for what you're called to do. No, I wasn't called to go out like Kim Clement. I was called to go out like Lance. And you're called to do what you're called to do. And that's why Giving Tuesday is a partnership. It's between you and me, because you're actually the main actor in this drama. You're the hero in the contest. And I look forward to hearing from you. Giving Tuesday is our opportunity to connect.